Jeremy? How you doing? I'm Tom.
How you doing?
Thank you for talking to us. I know this is a really tough time for you. First of all, how you feeling?
Okay, I'm alive, man.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
Can you even believe what happened?
I mean, it's the weirdest thing because, like, walking through, seeing all those people, I mean, it actually, it through my mind, I thought that it could happen. It's really weird, but just because there's so many people at one place, man, it went through my mind that it could happen.
How, do you remember anything?
So I was on my way back. We were staying at the Wyndham Lavelle on Magazine Street, and I was coming down Bourbon towards Canal, and I was close to the end because I was supposed to call my friends and tell them I was going home because I'd left my friends. They went to a bar. I was on my way home, and back to the hotel, and I heard just a massive noise, and I was facing the other way because I don't know why. I don't know what made me turn around. Um, I heard a massive noise, and I thought that something fell, and I turned around, and that's when I turned around. That's pretty much all that I remember until I was on the ground, and I came back, and there was this people screaming, and I was laying on the ground, and I saw all my wheelchair parts on the ground beside me, and I started scraping, looking for my phone. I was looking for my phone to try to call for help. I couldn't find my phone, so I started screaming, and no one would come. So I pushed myself on my back, and I saw people, and they were taking pictures from the balcony, and I was screaming at them, help, and people were just looking at me. Cops were looking at me, and I know at this time that they were looking at me because I was still alive, and they weren't worried. They knew I was still alive, so it, I'm screaming, and finally somebody came over to me and just looked at me and said, "Listen, we know you're hurt, but you're alive." That's what they said to me. You're alive, and I was just like, "Well, someone got to help me, please get me out of here." And I just waited there, and I mean, whenever I first hit the ground, I heard gunfire, and I remember just in my mind, I was just thinking, I'm hoping I'm low enough on the ground. I thought that's why I was on the ground. I was hiding from the gunfire, and
Could you hear the gunfire?
oh yeah, the gun. I was from you to me away from the truck. The truck was right in front of me, but everything happened so fast, and I didn't know what to even think about the gunfire. I didn't know what was going on, why it was happening.
Did you get knocked over by the car or by the people?
I'm assuming I got hit by the truck. But honestly, no one's ever told me that, so I don't know. But my wheelchair was completely bashed, and the pieces were all over the place. So something hit me.
Did you fall on your face? Do you
I was
remember?
on my face. I hit my teeth off the ground, and I heard gunfire, and I heard more gunfire. But you could tell it's on the gunfire from two different directions.
Did you hear the terrorists scream anything before the gunfire? Do you remember anything like that?
I don't think anyone was. I didn't hear any voices. I just heard screaming, and I heard gunfire, and then I just rolled myself over. After looking for my phone, I couldn't find my phone. It was all the people beside me, and I was screaming for help, and nobody would come. And I would thought it was
somebody that helped, right?
somebody came. Finally, a cop. His name was Patrick. He came over, and he told me that there was a lot of people didn't make it, and they were dead, and I was lucky to be alive. And I kept asking for someone to help me and get me out of there. And it took a while. I realized that it was a bad scene. And finally they came over with some kind of, like a strap of some kind, and they rolled me on it. And they didn't realize I couldn't walk. I've been paralyzed from my chest down since 1999. I don't think that they understood that, and I think that they thought that maybe I could have got away. I mean, it was just so much going on, and
Yeah.
they put me on this thing, and they carried me through a lot of stuff to the ambulance.
Talk to me about the doctors and nurses that have been helping you since you got in here.
I mean, the doctors were amazing. I mean, everyone was very. I think the worst part of everything is the dehydration, because they wouldn't give me a drink for like six hours before the freaking surgery. I felt like and it's even still right now, I've drank probably 2 gallons of water and I'm still thirsty, man. My legs took, I mean, my leg, this right leg, whenever I was laying on the ground, I was flopping. I couldn't figure out what's wrong with my leg. I was like, what's wrong with my leg? It was like it was broken in a million pieces. And I kept figuring, what's wrong with my leg? What's wrong with my leg? And I was screaming. It was all so surreal. I just didn't know what was happening. I had no idea what was happening. And even right now, to this point, I can't believe what happened. And I didn't even know it was a terrorist attack. I mean, I kept asking people, and people kept saying they didn't know. And even the doctors and the nurses last night wouldn't, well, I guess it was a couple days ago, they wouldn't tell me anything. And then today, I just now found out that basically who the person was.
Yeah. Were your legs also broken?
Yeah, but
both
my legs were broken.
What are your
both my
injuries?
femurs.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.